That's good.
Well, hello everybody. Pat K here. Well, it's been quite a day. I woke up still with my new smile, or revised smile, I should say. I woke up with 90 days since my last drink. I started my new job today, and it's been a good day. Been a good day. Of course, with all of these excellent things that I've been able to celebrate today, one thing that's been a little conflicting in terms of celebration is my son's birthday. So I thought I would take a couple of minutes and address that and just talk a little bit about how I'm feeling about that and really, how much things have changed over the course of the last 2 years. January 19th, 2019 was probably the longest day of my life. I didn't really sleep the night before as it was. And then early that morning, me and Mackenzie had to get raced to the hospital. And we were there all day. And finally, Journey was delivered. He was born shortly before midnight on January 19th. And in the 48 minutes that he was alive, he was held by Mackenzie, and then her parents, and then finally me. And it was me that was holding him when he took his last breath. And, I think about that a lot. The whole day, but really just those, short minutes that I had with him in my hands and holding him. And it's interesting how, to this day, I still feel the impact of those moments. And I don't just mean like the stress and trauma of it. Those few moments where I felt totally and completely connected to him. And that feeling hasn't dissipated. In fact, I think part of the reason why, I grieved so hard, and not to say that, there's any way to really gauge one's grief. I know plenty of other parents now who have lost children, and some of them often will talk about, like they feel feelings of guilt because they feel like they didn't mourn or cry or sob or feel out of control enough with their emotions. And I don't think it really can be gauged that way. I think it's subjective and relative. But, I think for me personally, part of the reason why it felt so out of control for me, why it was so overwhelming, was because that feeling that I felt, that I still continue to, was so foreign to me. It was so deep and so abundant that I kind of didn't know what to do with it. It was too much to handle, which, as anybody who's watching this probably knows, eventually that led to me, giving up on any semblance of a healthy, productive life, succumbing to my sorrow and going back into total self-destruction mode. It was not even a month after he died that that I'd relapsed, and opened up a bottle of booze and just swam in that for nearly 2 years. Today I have 90 days since my last drink, and 90 days ago I was living under a bridge in filth and just wanting so badly to escape that, but knowing that if I did, that I would not be able to continue numbing that pain, and not knowing how I was going to handle life and all the feelings that I've been repressing. And, as I sit here today, with the things that I've accomplished in that short period of time, and, a lot can be said about, having structure and stability, 4 walls and a roof, a bed that's at least 2.5 feet off the ground. Those are all great things, and and with those things comes opportunity to correct a lot of other things. It's a lot easier to focus on getting your emotions and your mind straight when you don't have to worry about where you're sleeping every night, or if the people that are in your general vicinity are going to get dangerous for some reason, either due to some sort of mental health instability or a drug addiction. But really, the thing that I'm most proud of, I don't want to say proud, but the biggest change for me is my ability to speak about my son, to be able to say his name, to use the word journey in any sentence. One of the hardest things for me after his death was, being involved in any kind of recovery setting, because the word journey is used so often. The place where I have been receiving, therapy for years. It's called Journey. I sort of stopped using that word and replaced it with path, which is fine. And it's okay to take time with those things. I'm accepting that now. But, to be able to sit here today and celebrate his life, however short, and not have been dreading this day. Last year I was anticipating it with so much fear, and on this day last year, I can't really tell you what I did. Other than get drunk. I remember crying a lot and being very unconsolable. And I wasn't approaching it like that this year. And not just because of the 90 days or the dentist appointment or the new job, but because the love that I still feel for my son Journey outweighs the grief that I also feel. In a way, they go hand in hand, but I can definitely lean more on the positive. I have people who, will ask me about him, and then not in a way that, they're walking on eggshells or wearing kids' gloves when they approach the subject, because I feel like it's understood now. Like I think I'm emitting this air of comfortability with the subject, and that's good. That that helps me believe in myself and my ability to to continue moving forward, with this experience. And I've dealt with the loss of friends and family for as far back as I can remember. This, I mean, every loss is, its own thing. It all takes a little, another little piece of your heart. But the difference with this is, while it took a big piece of my heart, I gained so much at the same time that, again, I think it was confusing, but I can really rest now in the knowledge and the experience that, I loved him so much. I love him still. And understanding that I have that capacity to love someone so deeply, so immensely, someone that isn't myself, is a really, really good feeling. I want to continue to honor him. I want to go on in my life with the idea that, if we were to meet one day, that I could see in his eyes that he was proud to be my son. I think that would be that would make anything, no matter what happens, no matter what's happened, everything that I do worth something. So, just wanted to check in, talk about that, and just say happy birthday to my son. It's Journey Russell Kempfer, wherever you are. Happy birthday, and I love you. And I love all of you too. Thank you all. Good night.